Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now I'm not going to make any conclusion about the shooting of Michael Brown right now. At first the case seemed pretty straightforward. A white cop hassling two black kids who weren't doing anything more than walking down the street. Now we know that shortly before that they had robbed some cigars from a store nearby. So Michael Brown was not a complete innocent. But stealing cigars is not a capital offense. And eyewitnesses have been consistent in asserting that Brown had his hands up when the cop shot him. That cop, by the way, Officer Darren Williams. But based on the record of the Ferguson Police Department, it wouldn't be surprising if Michael Brown was murdered by Darren Wilson. As the spotlight has shone on Ferguson, it has become increasingly clear that the police department is a gang of criminals who have been preying on the black community of that town for years. Armed by the federal government with the latest technology from our military, they have used it to intimidate the citizens. They swagger around like big shots. But when it comes to actually doing police work, they are totally incompetent and are both unwilling and unable to do the basics of an investigation. One story that has come to light is about Henry Davis, a 52-year-old welder who was on his way to work, falsely arrested in a case of mistaken identity and beaten bloody by the cops, and then arrested for bleeding on the policemen's uniforms. The cops then admitted to committing perjury on the case without batting an eye, completely confident that they would face no consequences. So this is not the case of a few bad apples. This is a situation where the whole barrel is rotten. So first, Chief Thomas Jackson has to go. I mean, every decision that he has made in this case has demonstrated his incompetence or his malice, because everything that he's done, you could swear it was calculated to make the situation worse. So he should be fired, and it would be a really good idea to replace him with Captain Ron Johnson, the black policeman from the state police, who obviously would make a huge difference in that community. But you can't just stop with Chief Jackson. You give the reins to Johnson and then let him build a police department from square one. Every cop currently working for the Ferguson Police Department should be fired. But you can't have a corrupt and racist police department without the help of the local prosecutor. And that's Robert McCulloch. He can only be regarded as someone who aided and abetted the crimes of this criminal organization. He needs to not only lose his job, he needs to be banned from practicing law ever again. Thanks for listening.